Are you sick of this yet? So it gets totally confusing. So obviously yesterday I said it was day 3, it was actually day 4. No, I thought it was day 2, that was actually day 3. It's very confusing, especially because I add in the challenge, which is a different day for whatever day we're at. Anyway, here we are. The penultimate day. The penultimate day. How exciting has it been? How exciting has it been? Give me a hell yeah. I can't hear you. Right, today is a really, really short version, and it's about what it takes to be successful as an artist. And I mean successful, I don't mean you're really happy with your paintings, and I mean successful as in a working artist. Successful as a working artist. What does it take? Because people think they have to be at a certain level, they have to be painting like the old masters. People think they have to have, you know, full portfolios of work bursting out at the seams. Yeah, that would be fantastic. But how many of us have got that? I know I don't. I mean, I entered an exhibition the other day. Oops. I entered an exhibition the other day and I was scouring about the place thinking, shit, I don't have anything that I can put into that exhibition because I'm going to be at Harrogate in October. So I can't give them any of the new work. I need to try and find work that would be suitable for it. And I'll be honest with you, there wasn't any. And then I cocked up trying to apply for it and it all went wrong anyway. But I don't have shed loads of work lying about. I only have a large body of work when I'm working towards an exhibition or an event. Then I will have more work. But most of the time, I will have a sale. Everything will go and I'll be left with just a few pieces. And folk are the same. Do you know, if you're just starting to build up your body of work, you might not have shed loads, or you might have shed loads and only 10% is good. So you've got to be quite canny with these things. But hopefully the challenge shows you that in order to be a successful selling artist, you don't have to have tons of work. That is my point. It took me a long time to get there. But you don't have to have shed loads of work. You actually... You know, if you were happy making 13,000 in a couple of years as a wee side hustle, you only need one painting. You can make a lot more than that. So, what 3 things does it take to be a successful selling artist? 1, guess. If anybody has been in the free Facebook group and saw my favourite live of 2022, passion is what sells. So people are attracted to you by your energy, right? So you hopefully are attracted to me, even though in that way, but you're attracted to me, you're drawn to me because of my energy, my passion for what I do, right? I am not a shy and retiring person, but even if you were a shy and retiring person, when you talk about your work, when you talk about what you love, your passion, then it will come through in the words they use, the way you gesticulate, your eyes will light up, you might get a wee bit flushed, even when you're typing, even when it's social media and they can't see your face, the language you use and the energy that goes into that illustrates your passion. And people might not like that word, they might think it's inappropriate or whatever, but that's what it's about. It's about your love, your passion, which is why I teach. Don't paint anything that you don't love. Don't use materials that you don't love. Do everything you do, as far as this is concerned, should involve what you love, because then your true self comes through in your work and in your vocabulary and in your posts and in your lives and anytime you talk to somebody, because you are so passionate about what you're doing that they can't help but see it. It comes through no matter how quiet you are, how introverted you are, it still comes through. It'll come through in a different way than it comes through for me, but it will still come through. I am absolutely passionate about the Don't Be a Starving Artist programme because I was there. I spent all my life thinking, what if? I spent all my childhood thinking I was going to go and do this thing, and then I wasn't doing this thing, and then I just padded about. I made do for all the years, 20 odd years, before finally saying, right, fuck it, I'm going to do this, because it was in me. It was, anyway, that's why I'm passionate about Don't Be a Starving Artist. I wish somebody had, like me, had been hanging about in Auchinleck Academy in 1980s in order for me to do what I wanted to do and to be that role model that, look, you can actually be successful, you can make money. I could have said to my parents, no, look at her, she's doing that, she does that. Anyway, I'm digressing, but no matter who you are, if you're passionate about something, then it will come through in everything you do and say and communicate, and that's just it. So when you are selling, when you want to sell, and I keep using the word selling, but we're selling all the time. I'm selling right now because you're here watching this, wanting to know more about it. This is me selling. This is it. I knew I feel like it. I don't feel like it at all. But I'm just telling you what I think. So I'm using that as a sales process, because I'm just saying, you know, this is what I really love. This is why it works. This is what we need. And you talking about your work is exactly the same thing. So I am really attracted to people who are like the paintings I buy. I want the artist to absolutely love having created it. Don't want to give it up. Just want to find it its forever home. See, when they talk about things like that, you're drawn to that passion because you don't want to have things in your house, paintings in your house that the artist isn't even that bothered about. So any paintings that I don't feel successful, I don't like, I won't try and sell them. Because I know that I will do myself in the painting an injustice, because my energy, my passion will not be in there because I don't like the painting. So think about how you like to buy for somebody else. What draws you to, if you were going to a fair and you were wondering about the stands, and some people will not look at you, some people will not even interact with you, some people hard sell, but some people will just talk about what they're selling, just about the process, about what they do and why they love it. That is passion selling. So first thing to make a successful artist is passion. Second thing that makes a successful artist, selling artist, is commitment and consistency and hard work. And people think that, oh, I will just do this course and that'll just give me a whole list of things to do and it'll just work. I can't say that to you, because it is taking me shed loads of work. I've never worked as hard as when I tried to build a business as an artist. And I worked harder because I'm having to try and go and find source things that don't exist. Now they exist. Now I can point you in the right direction. I can say, why don't you try that? Whereas I had to try and fail umpteen times in all these different areas in order to get it right. So I've been there and tramped that path for you a wee bit, but you need to commit. You can't just be, oh, I'll dip in and out when I feel like it. You're never going to be a successful selling artist if you just dip in and out. If you don't put the work in, if you don't commit, and if you're no consistent. We can all have off days or off weeks or off months. But if you allow that to continue to happen, then you'll not be a successful selling artist. As I said in the video with the 30 paintings in 30 days, I had to come up with a tool to deal with my procrastination, to deal with my mind monkeys. And I had to put the work in to do that, right? I had to be consistent. If I had just let my mind monkey say, oh, you can't paint, I don't know how to paint, I don't know how I'm going to start, how long would that have lasted? So if I want to be a successful selling artist, I can't have 4 months that I don't paint just because in my head I'm getting it, oh, I don't know what to do, I'll go and do something else. So you need to be consistent and you need to have commitment. So you need to commit to saying, right, okay, even when it gets rough, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to find ways to keep going. I'm going to find somebody that will help me. I'm going to talk to people for support. But you have got to make that commitment, and you're making the commitment to yourself. You can't use anybody else as an excuse. And I'm very much about that. The buck stops here. Do you know, you can try and find excuses, but there are no excuses. It's down to you for your commitment, your consistency. Third, and this is a biggie, take yourself seriously. If you don't take yourself seriously, nobody will. And that's probably tied in with it. With number 2 there, the commitment, the consistency, the hard work. You've got to take yourself seriously. If you treat this like a hobby, it will continue to be a hobby. So you have to treat it like it's a business. You've got to treat it and give it the time that it deserves. And if that means, and we'll talk about time blocking and planning in the programme, it's very much about, right, okay, where are we finding the time to do this? Because I'm committed to doing this. I've got the passion, I've got the commitment. How am I going to do it? Then you take yourself seriously and you time block it and you make it non-negotiable. You just have to make it non-negotiable. And if it's a case that you have to deal with people who say, for God's sake, it's just painting, it's just art, it's just a hobby, it's just nothing. I'm there to help you deal with that kind of response, because you will get that kind of response. But if you allow that to happen, then you're not taking yourself seriously. So the third point in becoming a successful selling artist is to take yourself seriously. So I shall reiterate, this is the shortest one because you're sick to death of seeing me here. 3 things that you need to become a successful selling artist. 1, passion. That's the one that's going to keep you going right the way through. The passion is the one that's going to keep you going. You're going to drop in and out of the other 2. It happens, and that's just it. It's fact of life. 2, commitment and consistency. You've got to commit and be consistent and put the hard work in. 3, take yourself seriously. If you don't, nobody will. And that's it, folks. That's as easy as it is. Just like that. So thanks very much for if you've watched all of this series of rambling. I thought I'd bring you through here because I love this chair. And it's got a nice view. This is the gym room. You don't need to know that. But thanks for watching the whole series. If you have any questions about the programme, about signing up, about what you'd be expected to do, watch the replays of the live artist, but also get in touch. Just drop me a message. I've freed myself up the entire week next week while the doors are open and you can sign up. Just get in touch, ask the question. And if you need to chat to me, I'm always happy to set up a wee Zoom and we can talk about it. There are no stupid questions, folks. I know it's daunting. But if you want this bad enough, then you'll make it work. And that's just it. And we're here to support you. That's the thing. The glorious thing about Don't Be a Starving Artist, the cohort of 2022 have got their own wee group now. They are still jam-packed together. They have their foot all the country, and they and most of them haven't met. Half of them probably haven't met, but they are together and they can rely on each other because they have got such a strong support group. And they were only together for 6 months. Last year, the Don't Be a Starving Artist programme was only 6 months long. The 12 modules were drip fed weekly. The Q&As were weekly, and by Christmas that was done, and then they went on to 3 months support with no additional training. So think about that. Think about that. It's about building a really strong network. So when you do hit the wall, so if you've got ideas to bounce around about, you have got a group of artists like-minded who know exactly what you're going through, who have been there or who will be there, and also fantastic for collaboration. I have been delighted this year with the networking and the collaborations that have been happening in the 2022 cohort. Honestly, it's such a fantastic group, and I want that for you. And on that note, I am off-ski, and we'll see you on tomorrow, Friday, for the last day. The last day. There's no challenge. We'll come in. I'll come in and do a Q&A, but we've got 3 artists tomorrow. Later in the day, we've got Elizabeth Lawson, Lynn Campbell McGregor, and in the evening we've got Susie Niven, and then we've got a final Q&A at 8 o'clock, and the doors are open for you to sign up. And if you want to nab some bonuses, i.e. one-to-one sessions with me, then sign up over the weekend and you will get those for you. There'll be lovely lifelines for any time you hit the wall, anytime you want to launch something, anytime that you need some strategy or planning or help or backup, anything, you can use your lifeline at any point in the 12 months. So if you want that as a bonus, then sign up this weekend before Sunday night, and it'll be added to your wee bag of goodies. Have a great night, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow.